Okay, so we've got solving multivariable equations now. And so we've solved two-step equations where we get x equals a number. But what happens if I get a variable equals a whole bunch of stuff happening to another variable? Here's what we're going to do. If I take a look at my equation, I've got y equals 3x plus 5, okay? So y equals 3x plus 5. It looks like this equation is in slope-intercept form. I have a constant of 5 and a coefficient of 3 for my variable x. And if I want to know what's happening to x, I know that first, x is being multiplied by 3, and then it's having 5 added to it. And so if I want to go through and solve for x in terms of y, or take that equation of y equals 3x plus 5 and solve it for x in terms of y, because the way that it is presented currently already is y in terms of x. It's y equals an expression that involves the variable x. Now I want to know what x equals as an expression involving y. The first thing I need to do is I need to begin by undoing what's currently happening to x. And to do that, I'm going to start at the back. So the last thing that's happening to x here when I have my equation y equals 3x plus 5 is that 5 is being added to it. So to undo 5, I need to subtract 5. Because 5 is being added, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So I subtract 5 because subtraction is the inverse operation of addition. And I subtract 5 from both sides because of the subtraction property of equality. And I wind up with y minus 5 is equal to 3x. Now, what's the next thing? Or the first thing that was being done to x? It was being multiplied by 3. And so to undo being multiplied by 3, I need to use the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division, and divide both sides by 3. And so as a result, I have y minus 5 over 3 is equal to x. Now there's another way for me to write that, which is x equals y over 3 minus 5 over 3. And I can also write that as x equals 1/3 y minus 5 over 3. But now I have my equation solved for x in terms of y, rather than solved for y in terms of x. So now if I want to solve another multivariable equation, I have that p is equal to 1/3 w minus 4. So if I take a look, my constant in this equation is -4, and the coefficient of my other variable is 1/3. Now I want to know what's happening to w. So the first thing happening to w is that it's being multiplied by 3, or by 1/3, my apologies. It's being multiplied by 1/3, which is also just dividing it by 3, right? And then what else is happening to w? Well, I'm subtracting 4 from it. So w is being multiplied by 1/3, then I'm subtracting 4, and that's how I'm getting my answer, p. So if I have the equation p in terms of w, so p equals 1/3 w minus 4, and I want to solve it for w as opposed to p, I need to start by undoing what's happening to w. The first thing I'm going to do to undo what's happening to w is the last thing that's happening, which is subtracting 4. So if I'm subtracting 4, I need to do the inverse operation of subtraction, which is addition, and add 4 to both sides. When I add 4 to both sides, I have p plus 4 is equal to 1/3 w. And then the next thing is that since it's being multiplied by 1/3, which is the same as dividing w by 3, I need to multiply both sides by 3 in order to get what 1w, or just w, would be equal to. So to do that, I get 3p plus 12 is equal to w, because 1/3 times 3 cancels out. And so my answer is w equals 3p plus 12. And also W equals 12 plus 3P. They're the same thing because of that commutative property of addition. So when we have these equations, they're already solved for one variable in terms of another, and I am simply asking you to take that equation and solve it for the other variable by conducting the various inverse operations to get there.